This is Paul. Yeah. December 4th of 2019, the Bloomberg Business Week. Yeah. When sleeping rough is the only way. The Supreme Court may review a lawsuit that's made cities change how they treat the homeless. The law can't punish you for being homeless, but what about actions you must take because you're homeless? Such as sleeping on the street when shelters are full and there's nowhere else to go. Now, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit ruled last year that public camping bans, when no reasonable alternative exists, yes, are tantamount to criminalizing a person's existential condition, yeah, referred to in legal terms as a person's status, and therefore violate the Eighth Amendment's prohibition, yeah, against cruel and unusual punishments in the case of Martin versus the city of Boise. Oh, now, this was the first brought a decade ago when attorneys representing six homeless people, including lead plaintiff Robert Martin, sued the Idaho Capitol and U.S. District Court. Conduct at issue here is involuntary and inseparable from status. They are one and the same. Now, Judge Marcia Berson wrote for the Ninth Circuit, given that human beings are biologically compelled to rest, Boise has asked the U.S. Supreme Court to review and overturn the decision, and the justices could announce whether they'll weigh in as soon as this month. Now, the justices of the Supreme Court, yeah, um, not really understanding the case. I mean, I'm not a Supreme Court justice. Yes. I'm not one of these appellate court justices. No. But there seems to be something about cruel and unusual punishments. Now, it's a Eighth Amendment prohibition against, criminalizing a person's existential condition, referred to in legal terms as a person's status. Yeah. hmm there was a lawsuit, that sued the Idaho Capitol and U.S. District Court. Yeah. It's involuntary and inseparable from status. They are one and the same. Now, the human beings known as the citizens of the United States, and their biological need to rest. Yeah. hmm You know, um, there's a possibility that I could affect the rights of homeless. Yes. See, the county and the state have said, well, he's homeless. Yeah. He's mentally ill. He's schizophrenic, bipolar, delusional. Yes. For not knowing where he was at on that day and time. Yeah. But when there's no actual surveillance cameras in either of those cities on those days, yeah, and there's no reason why I shouldn't know everything as a respondent. Let's say I did one of these homeless lawsuits that involves each and every state of the United States where there seems to be some sort of case, homeless rights Seattle. Supreme Court review of the Martin versus Boise High Court's first decision on constitutionality of government ordinances criminalizing homelessness. Now, it would be a real big problem, wouldn't it? Police departments. Yeah. If any American citizen anywhere in the United States could sleep on any sidewalk and you couldn't say anything about it, it would look bad for the individual cities that don't want that to happen. And then there's the thought of me just suing as a homeless person, one of those lead plaintiffs. Yeah, they have one of those named in this article. Yes, yes, yes. The lead plaintiff, Paul Chad Budnick, yes, as a homeless man, decided to sue every police department. You know, lead plaintiff, yes, Paul Chad Budnick, yes, the homeless man. That sent over 3 million emails, made 40,000 videos, documented I wasn't in those cities. Yes. And that my rights were violated since July 8th of 2011. And you decided to use sealed envelopes because I'm homeless? Sheriff, you're going to have to give up this thought of me being mentally ill. Oh, I know it's difficult for you, but it's documented that that's what you were thinking. And then there are the police departments that say, well, he can't do anything. He's a homeless man. Yes. Yes, there's nothing I can do. I can't use any of the courts of the United States because of your obstructions of justice, obstructing the administrative government. Yes. Misprisioning of felonies. Ouch. And then there's the kidnapping of my 5 sons and the infidelity. Yes. The fornication. The prostitution of my spouse and Marilyn's spouse. Now, as 2 homeless individuals that are going to be dependent upon welfare to support us and our families, it could be that we need a large number of lawsuits where the actual lead plaintiff has identified himself as the homeless man known as Paul Chad Budnick, a pauper. Now, why don't we look at the actual case law for those that have been identified as homeless? I like the idea of calling myself a lead plaintiff involving all the homeless throughout the whole United States and might want to sue every form of government of this nation. Now, homeless population in major cities under the Ninth Circuit's jurisdiction, January 2019. Well, Seattle, there's 11,000 of them. Oh, Phoenix, Portland, Las Vegas, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. I emailed the Los Angeles Police Department. I emailed the police and sheriff's departments of the state of Nevada. Yeah. I emailed Oregon's FBI and the Oregon Police Department. I emailed the sheriffs in the state of Oregon. And then I emailed the Seattle Police Department. Yeah. King County Sheriff's Department. Yes. And numerous other sheriffs and police departments throughout the state of Washington. Now, it looks to me that you as government are wanting a large number of lawsuits involving me as a lead plaintiff and all the other individuals that want to be involved. Is any homeless person throughout this nation for the last 20 years.